I'm so far away from home.
Hello， 又係我啦！今次嚟到葡萄牙，其中一樣令我最期待嘅呢，就係參觀呢一個古城入邊嘅住屋啦。好似我而家身處嘅呢一間，我哋今次住嘅 Airbnb 就係位於喺里斯本古城區嘅附近嘅。呢一個呢係一個傳統嘅 Portuguese 嘅 building 嚟嘅喎。琴晚我哋 check in 嘅時候呢，個屋主呢都係咁樣同我哋講嘅。我哋而家住嘅呢一度呢，就係一個5層樓嘅 penthouse 啦。咁我哋琴晚呢，因為佢係一個古城啦，所以呢，佢都係冇電梯嘅大部分嘅住屋。咁我哋琴日呢，都係踩樓梯上嚟嘅。咁呢一度嘅古城嘅樓價會係點呢？如果以呢一區嘅單位嚟講啦，如果係一房嘅話呢，大概1晚呢，就係港幣500蚊左右。好似我哋而家住緊嘅3房單位啦，大概呢，就係港幣1500蚊左右，都幾抵住㗎。咁如果大家係真係諗住移居嚟到呢度長住嘅話，樓價又會係點呢？今集就會同大家一齊去睇下啦。
Words like water in my hands. I guess there's nothing left to say. Never thought that I would have to let you go.
咁上一集咧，我哋就同大家講到咧喺 Lisbon 啦，主要咧就係分咗老城區啦同埋貝倫區啦。今日咧我哋咧就嚟到貝倫區附近啦，有呢一度嘅葡萄牙嘅人咧 Rafael 同埋 Mia 嘅。Hello, bom dia.
Hi, bom dia.
So thank you for having me in your apartment today. It is a very, very good apartment. Can you introduce a little bit about this area?
This is we're in Alcântara area, which is very close to Belém and very close to Tejo River. It takes about 10 minutes to walk to the riverside. So which we we do walks all the time. It's a very residential area. Our street, as you saw, it's very tree lined. It's not very crowded with the buildings. So yeah, it's quiet.
And it's a place that you can move away from the hustle and bustle from the touristic areas of Lisbon. So here is more quiet, more residential, more for families also. So it's a great place for living if you decide to move into Lisbon.
So how big is this property? How many bedrooms do you have?
I think we have.
Yeah.
We have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I'm not sure. Like 140 square meter or 150.
It's 130 square meters plus garage and storage, which in Portugal comes aside.
So in Hong Kong, people prefer to buy new built apartments and properties. Is it common here in Lisbon, or do you not have that option at all?
In Portugal, people actually prefer the old buildings fully renovated.
Okay.
And the ones that keep better value are the ones that they just kept the facade of the building and then redone. And the ones that keep the best value are the ones that they just kept the facade of the building and then rebuilt everything behind and bring the comfort level up to the years that we are living now.
So you know what we do. We're a buyer's agent in Portugal. We help a lot of our foreign clients to buy property in Portugal and then help them to remote because most of them don't live here until the property is ready at least. Usually they buy something old, like Rafael said, they fell in love with the architecture details but inside they want to make it more modern, like floor heating, I don't know,
insulation, new bathrooms, new kitchens.
Yeah. So usually this level of work, we always say it's average 6 months to 1 year.
Okay.
This is
That's
without.
quite a long time.
It's not really long considering you need to preserve a lot.
Okay.
It's not we cannot be very rough to the property. We always check very how old is this tile, because most clients want to keep the original feature. So instead of it takes longer than build new, sometimes we say, because there's a lot of details where you just need to pay extra attention to preserve.
So when you are living in a property in Lisbon, do you pay local government fees or management fees or anything like that?
So for apartment, we pay condominium fee, which means it's apartment association, owner association fee. So if you live in an individual apartment building, if if the building has more than 4 households, 4 apartments, you will form a association of owners, and then you pay the monthly fee. Condominium, yes, we pay for the maintenance, everything is calculated together. On top of that, it's the property tax, and then you pay the utility, of course, but we don't have the separate like a garbage fee. It will be included in the utilities.
So can you share any investment tips for people who want to come and move here to live here, or for people who want to just buy the property for investment?
I would say usually how we advise our clients, number 1 rule is don't get mixed up of the property purpose. Usually during the process, if you're not clear if this property is for yourself to live or for investment, you tend to spend more money than you planned, and it just wouldn't deliver the best result. For example, we have many clients initially want to invest in Portugal, then as they come here, they visit here, they get to know more, they fall in love. They're like, oh, maybe this property is also for us to live.
Okay.
So then we have to change everything about the renovation, because now it's for them to live. Instead of choosing something, for example, more durable for renting out, now we have to look for really good quality things for them to use.
Also.
Yes, but then if they change their mind again, then they will feel very hesitant to rent it out, because we spent so much money to put on this marble.
Sure.
Yes.
This is one more tip. I would just add the few more. If it is an investment, if you're looking for an investment, then you can purchase a property anywhere in Portugal and without any limitations in terms of geography. You can do it in Lisbon, in Porto, which are the major cities of Portugal, or in other major touristic areas of Portugal. If you are doing this for getting the golden visa, which is something that we also work with, or D7 visas, then you have some restrictions in terms of geographies that you can invest. And for that, I would say that the best investment options for these cases are usually buying something old, do the renovation, and then rent it out later on. And this will allow you also to go and invest for the minimal thresholds for the golden visa, instead of spending much more of your money in an investment property that probably won't pay off later on.
So very interesting point mentioned by Mia. When people buy a property, at first they may be thinking about golden visas. They buy it for investment. I believe that a lot of people, when they buy the property, they have never been to Lisbon. That's why they have you guys, seeing the property with them doing the renovation work. And then I think that once the visas issues, they come here and then they fall in love. Like me, when I come here yesterday, I fall in love with the weather, and it's so sunny and nice, and everything is nice.
It's easy to understand if you travel a bit throughout Portugal. You see that in a small country of only 10 million people, just like Hong Kong, right? You will find areas that are totally related with beach touristic areas. Some others in the countryside and historical cities or cultural cities. Some others related with nature and mountains and rivers and natural parks. So in a small country you have a lot to choose from and a lot to visit. So it's fun to play around and go visiting some different regions and different cities, and then make your choice.
So from coming all the way from Asia and then finding your job and owning your business in Lisbon, have you ever thought about going back to Asia?
No. I have to say I traveled to many different countries. I never, even my hometown, I never had the feeling like I would settle here. But Portugal is the first country I have the feeling I want to settle. Before I didn't understand what does it mean settle, because I always want to travel. Like my previous employer, they wanted to send me, are you interested to go to US, to Brazil, Argentina? I said yes, everything. But Portugal is the place I really hold it so closely to my heart, because I really fell in love with the people, and I feel me as a foreigner, I am being very well taken care of here. No matter it's the stranger or the doctors or Raphael's parents. I feel like I'm adopted by like many people around me.
Right. So then you come here, you fall in love with the city, and also fall in love with a local Portuguese.
Yeah.
With your love story. So actually, since moving here, have you encountered any difficulties? Although you say you love the city and everything's well, but like, if there's one thing I would ask, you don't like or you find it really difficult, what would you say that is?
It's also a good thing. It's also why people fall in love here. It's the pace of life.
Okay.
Like the, slow, and also people here, they don't consider work or ambition the first priority, which is very different than where I'm coming from.
From Asia.
Exactly, from Asia and
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, exactly, and Chinese, and working for basically all my life in international big corporations. So the pace is always very fast. Even North Americans, even some European enterprises. I'm just so used to we push each other.
That's what will happen in Hong Kong.
Yes,
You work really quick.
Exactly.
Everything is urgent and you have a deadline.
Exactly.
Here, if you want to go to McDonald's and have breakfast at 9 a.m., it's still closed.
It's not
right?
possible. Yes. So like sometimes we do it for fun. I would show Raphael my walking speed when I used to work for big corporations. Because I don't know if you notice, you will. The local people walk even very slowly. So for them, it's not how many things you can finish one day. It's about, did I have a good lunch? Will I see my family this weekend? Are we going to the beach in the summer? Are we making sure we have all the holiday vacation booked together?
Right.
It's more like that, right?
Yeah, family is very important here in Portugal, and whenever you visit or come to live in Portugal, you will notice it immediately. Everything is related with family, with meeting cousins, uncles, parents, spend Christmas together, spend weekend once in a while together, having dinners, having lunch.
But our mentality is, if you want to do business, then you make yourself available, right?
Right.
Yeah. But here, Raphael, the first thing he taught me is don't call people between 12 to 2, because that's a sacred lunchtime. People sit down, they don't grab a sandwich and just go.
But they enjoy a good lunch.
They take it serious. It's like you really stop, go to a restaurant and sit, have your meal. Later on, you go back to work.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, Portugal is still a very popular, destination for people from all over the world. And even in Hong Kong, we're getting more and more, demands and inquiries, people asking about Portugal being, a European countries and also being a popular destination. What would you say to people who wish to come over from Hong Kong to Portugal? What would you say to them?
I would say, first of all, come, visit, and eventually you fall in love for Lisbon and other cities of Portugal. And later on, if you choose to relocate in Portugal, or if you choose just to invest, there are for sure many options for you to follow. And there are many available companies in the market that you can use to help you sort it out that choice.
I would say don't overthink and don't hesitate too much, because things change. Sometimes regulation, they are getting adjusted, and just don't overthink. Portugal is a solid destination, not only for Golden Visa. It's a solid destination. It's like a full-rounded investment destination for digital nomads and for tourists to travel.
So thank you very much for your sharing and your time. I'm sure people will find it very useful with your tips and your sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for visiting us.
I'd find a way to make you smile. But I will break your fall, even if you don't love me, even if you don't love me. I will break your fall, even if you don't love me.
今集咧，我哋好開心啊，嚟到葡萄牙本地嘅民居啦，參觀葡萄牙人嘅屋企，同埋咧同佢哋有咗一個愉快嘅交談。無論咧你係打算用投資移民嘅方式嚟到諗住買一層樓做 investment， 定係真係嚟到呢個城市之後愛上咗呢個地方想嚟長住，希望今集嘅分享都對你有所幫助。下一集我哋會帶大家行下里斯本呢一個城市，感受下呢度嘅衣食住行同埋交通。大家記得收睇啦，拜拜。